Patron, take them away.
Okay guys, hope you're well. I've just picked up a message from Drasco in the Discord, and basically I want to show you how I've laid out my MT5. Now the way it's laid out is the same as it is on my 5% as it is with my BlackBull account. The pair of them are identical, with the exception of oil. That's in BlackBull. Obviously oil's not on my 5%ers, so that's the only real difference. Okay, and what I want to show you is the data file, but how I lay it out. So let me just flick this over, and then I'll do this for you, Drasco, just so you can kind of see where we're up to. We're talking about MT5 layouts, and I've put my data file in the Discord for you guys. Okay, so if you like the layout that I'm going to show you, you'll find it in this file. Now it's under the indicator section, and if you're stuck, contact me anytime. I'll give you that file, and it's very easy to put into your own MT5, and it doesn't matter which one it is, what broker it is, because it's the format file rather than a broker file. So it's just the markups, etc. So let me get rid of that. Where you find the file to start with is if you come up to file, let me just pull that into shot a little bit. Under here, click that open up your data file, just like so, so that it opens up. But switch off your MT5 because that file overwrites constantly. And what you would do is you would just delete this file and then copy onto this screen the file that I've provided. Now, just as a word of advice, before you delete that file, just take a copy of it and put it on your desktop, just in case you cock it up. You've always got a backup that you can make, and I'll show you how to do that. So you just take a copy, place it on your desktop. I've actually got a copy that's already there, as you can see. So I'm just going to say replace the file destination, and there it is there. So there's a new copy on the side. So I could effectively just delete this off, just delete that. So that's gone. And then all I would need to do is just replace it with that one. Okay, so that's what happens there. If I open back up my MT5, and I'll just pull this back down into place, and again you've got all of my marks here. So nice and simple, nice and easy to read. And then from here, all I keep up on this top section, I'll pull it down just so you can see it a little bit, is the tools that I use. So it's the time frames that I work from, monthly to 5 minutes. The drawing tools I use, I don't use a lot, which is basically just trend line, straight, horizontal, vertical, couple of arrows, that sort of thing. But basically, in fact, I don't even look at these, in fairness, because I only ever use rectangles and horizontal and the vertical. I don't even use these that much either, so I could probably get rid of them. My crosshairs, just so I can sort of see how far a movement is. My indent, so I can move that backwards and forwards. Whether I want to grid it, because I look at multiple products, and I'll show you that in just a second. In and out, if I want to take a photograph of it. With this, the indicators that we use, whether it's going to be on a line chart, because I do like a line chart to see exact turning points when I'm getting sort of marking up, etc. Then into the profiles, where I can change this into whatever profile I want. Then down into the way that I have it laid out, which is what I want to show you. Obviously my toolbox, so I can see what orders is running, that sort of thing. And then orders. So it's a nice simple layout that I have. Now, the part where I wanted to show you Drasco was that file is mainly for this section here. Yes, it does have my settings, whether I'm setting it for the river or whatever in here. Personally, I prefer the fast bolly because it's clean. When I'm day trading, and obviously you know what the river is. Now, from there, I use this a lot. So the one I look at mainly is what's called Alpha Watch. So if I look at Alpha Watch, this is my window of the world, and it'll show me what is going on at any one time. So I have the FTSE here, which is correlated to cable. I have the DAX here, which is correlated to the euro. I then want to see how these are affected by the US dollar, and a good barometer of that is USJPY. So if I can see movement on there, there's a fair bet there's going to be movement within these two. And if there's movement in these two, that'll naturally give me movement in these two. So it's all an early warning system. I keep gold because gold is closely correlated to the dollar. So again, it's an early warning system. If I can see what's going on in this chart, that'll affect that chart, and then that chart affects these two, which affects that, and then the big daddy of them all is the S&P 500, which affects all of it. So that's my window of the world, but I'm mainly looking at these four charts here because they're my bread and butter marks. From there, my main bread and butter is cable. I would pull it into a cable watch so I can see what's happening on the daily, on the hourly, and on the 15-minute. And if I'm looking for quick bias, I would run it through here to see if all of these are doing the same thing. That's just for cable. But if I'm really wanting to dig into cable, I'll then pull it down into a clean alpha. That is all of the cable pairs together, or all of the pound pairs, sorry. So it will show me a snapshot of what's going on with all of them. So if I can see pound US is dropping, pound Canada is dropping, JPY, Kiwi, Aussie, and the Swissy, if they're all moving in the same direction, and I'm only trading pound, or pound US in this manner, it adds weight to that decision. So that's why I do that. And I have that broken up for each one of the currencies. Then down into commodities and indices, they're done in a very similar vein. That's gold and silver that I look at. Indices, well, it needs updating, to be honest, because it's now the DAX 40. So actually we can do that. So just put that into. In fact, I'll do that. What I'll do is we'll update this because I'm on doing it now. So we've got that there. Want the FTSE in here as well, and we also want the S&P 500 in here as well, because I should have updated this yesterday, but I didn't. So that flicks onto the MT5 platform like so. Tell it to grid it using this button here, the one that looks like 4 boxes. Now we can see what they look like. And I want to drop a template onto here. So if I go with my template and just call it Bolly 5, which is my go-to, click that into Bolly 5, it'll change that one and that one Bolly 5 as well. There you go. I've now got a quick snapshot of what's going on with the indices. And then all I have to do is just make certain they're all on the same time frame. So that's on the hour, that's on the hour. That one's 5 minutes, so I'll drop that to the hour. Now they're all synced on the hourly time frame. Happy days, so I can do that. But where I spend my time, all of my time, is down in the trading section. So if I'm going to do all of my scribbles, all of my marks, it's then done in here. And again, there is the pound that I marked up for you this morning, etc. But if I press the grid, it shows all of them. And I could just click to expand, and I can have a quick look and then do all of my marks on, say, pound JPY. And what this does is, I will show you just so you can see there's a level there. Right click on that, ensure it's got that little white mark on it. Open it up, you can click properties, and then I can change the settings. Say I want it in red and I want it a bit thicker. There you go. Okay, and then that'll constantly save on this section. Put that back, I'm back to pound. But if I go up to my alpha GB and open up there, that chart's clean. So it means I've always got a clean chart to look at, and I've always got a working chart to look at as well, because I think seeing clean charts is very, very important. So that's what that was all about. I hope that helps you, Drasco. I genuinely do, and also Chris, because that's who I made the file for in the first place, and it was great catching up with you the other day. Onward and upward, as we say, and keep on trucking. And what I'm going to try and do, I'll bring it up in Coffee with Scruff later on today. Sort of a bi-weekly live stream, which will be public, and it's kind of Ask the Scruff. And this is the sort of thing we'll go through, because believe it or not, strategy is not what's going to win the day. Part of it, but it's all the homework. It's how you set things up. It's what you look for. That's what's going to make you a good trader. If you're just looking for a strategy, give up. Go work in McDonald's because you're wasting your time. You've got to be able to do it as a job. Okay, so I hope that helps. So there you go, guys. And as always, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.